Aya, my name is Miss Frederick, and joining me today,
Hiya, I'm Miss Mallory Custer.
and today we're going to be doing a craft with you guys. So just as a reminder, if you don't have scissors or glue in front of you right now, along with your packet, pause the video and get those now. Now that we have all of our materials with us, today we're going to review very quickly what we learned last time we saw you.
So to review, the Myaamia word for hello is
Aya.
Aya. What is so important about rivers? Well, rivers connect people to other people and tribes, but they also are a connection to the homeland. Who are the Myaamia people? The Myaamia people are an indigenous group of people that live across the United States today and are working to revitalize their language and culture.
If you remember, one of their art forms that we learned about last time was their ribbon work, which can be seen in the picture on this slide.
And finally, relocation. For the Myaamia people, they were forced to move their original homeland, which caused them to lose their language and culture for a long time.
So, we just brought up that they were removed from their homeland. Here's a map that they took to show you the route they traveled when they were forcibly removed from their homelands. This forced migration took place in the fall of 1846.
The Myaamia tribe and the Myaamia University in Oxford, Ohio, have formed a strong relationship. Myaamia University was named after the Miami River. How do you think the Miami River got its name? Miss Frederick?
Well, isn't it named after the Miami tribe?
Yes. To represent this relationship, the tribe and the university have worked together to create the Myaamia Heritage logo. Does this look familiar?
Tribe and university artists decided together to create a pattern that uses the geometric shapes and colors that are commonly found in Myaamia ribbon work. However, it's not ribbon work. The artists worked together to create a symbol that shows the appreciation of Myaamia ribbon work. The black diamond on the left represents the Miami tribe. The black symbolizes their connection to the land that Miami University now sits on, the depth of time, respect, and cultural wisdom that has been accumulated over said time. The red diamond on the right represents Miami University. The red represents responsibility, sacrifice, and the commitment to gain and share knowledge. Now, the center diamond represents the connection between the tribe and the university. It's white to represent a shared vision, cooperation, and respect to learning from each other. The red dot in the center of that white diamond represents fire. A fire needs to be tended to in order to continue burning, and represents the work that must be done by the tribe and the university to maintain the relationship they share. The red dot in the center of the white diamond would not be found in a traditional Myaamia ribbon work, but that's okay because this is a geometric pattern.
So we have some vocabulary words. You guys should recognize two of these already, but we're going to look at them again. So, Aya, it's hello. Hochi means hey. We also like to use this as an attention getter.
Is a Myaamia art form. Myaamia people always had an interest in geometric or elongated diamonds. Once they were exposed to silk ribbons, they naturally made geometric patterns on garments.
Geometric patterns. Geometric pattern is a pattern created from shapes, usually repeated. Now this word is probably new to you, or at least new to what we've been talking about with you. Artisanship. Neatness, taking care of your work. You might also know this as craftsmanship.
In our work today, artisanship specifically means cutting the paper ribbons out neatly, gluing them neatly, and trying to keep your table clean.
All right, so let's make our bookmark. You guys should see our supplies.
Out in front of us, we have our scissors, our glue, things from the packet, our sheet of white, red, and black paper with the printed on ribbons, our black background paper, and then a piece of newsprint that's going to be used to protect your desk or your floor while you're working. So that way, if we get glue on anything, it's on the paper, not the table.
We're going to create a paper bookmark that simulates the colors and process of ribbon work design. This bookmark can help you remember what you have learned about the Myaamia tribe and the Myaamia culture, but it is not Myaamia ribbon work.
Okay, so for our first step, you're going to carefully cut along the lines and recycle the white pieces of paper that have the black X's on them. When you're finished, you should have 2 red, 2 white, and 2 black paper ribbons.
So I've already started doing this, but we're going to recommend that when you cut this out, that you cut them into strips and then cut out the individual shapes from there. It makes it a lot easier.
And remember to take it slow. There's no need to rush.
Yeah, you want it to look nice and to keep as much of the printout as possible. Okay, now you should have your 6 strips. If you do not, feel free to pause the video so you can cut them out.
So our next step is to take your 6-inch by 11-inch black background paper and fold it in half long ways. We're talking hot dog. Then you're going to reopen that fold so that it's flat on the table and you have a nice crease down the middle.
It's okay to take this slow to make sure it lines up properly. If it's not straight, you're going to struggle to do the other steps and complete your bookmark.
And it is okay to ask for help from your teacher or a parent or guardian that you have nearby. Okay, next, we're going to glue 1 white paper ribbon so that the peaks, that is the little triangles on top of the paper, we're going to line those up with the crease that we just made on our black piece of paper. It's a good idea to have your newsprint underneath the paper to prevent the glue stick from getting on your table surface.
You might end up in a situation like me where your piece of black paper is a little bit long. Just line it up with the edge of it, right here with the edge of your black paper, and you can cut off the extra on the ends long ways when you're done. You can see even I get a little messy with glue sometimes, so it's good that we have the newsprint here. So as you can see, when I did this, I did it kind of quickly, but take your time to make sure you line it up properly.
So now we're going to turn our black paper around so that we can glue the other white ribbon onto the other side to create a mirrored image so that our image is symmetrical. You should be able to see 3 black diamond shapes forming a geometric pattern.
So we got our glue on, and so we're going to place it so it lines up. And now we have our 3 black diamonds.
Now, glue 1 red paper ribbon so that the peaks line up with the valleys, that's the low points of the white paper. Be sure that the edge of the red paper touches the outside edge of the black diamonds that you created. Can you see the white diamonds starting to appear?
So lines up here. Okay, and your white diamonds.
Now, we're going to turn our black paper around again so that we can glue the other red paper ribbon on the other side to create another mirrored image so that our bookmark is symmetrical.
Okay, glue, and like before, take your time lining it up.
Now, when you're done with this step, you should see a row of black diamonds in the center, then 2 rows of white diamonds, and then red on both outside edges.
So as you can see right here, we have exactly what Ms. Frederick said. 3 black diamonds, rows of white diamonds on either side, and the strips of red.
Now, we're going to glue 1 black paper ribbon so that the peaks line up with the valleys on the red paper ribbon. Remember, that is the high points of the black paper touching the low points of the red paper. Can you see the red diamond starting to appear?
Okay. Oh.
Now we're going to turn our black paper over 1 more time so that we can glue the other black paper ribbon on the other side, again creating a symmetrical image that's mirrored on both sides.
Peaks to valleys. Okay, there we go.
So, Miss Custer, when you're done with that, you're going to use scissors to trim around the edges of the ribbon.
Okay, so we've got our scissors right here. And you want to be pretty careful about this.
You also want to take it slow because we are trying to demonstrate artisanship by trimming very carefully and in a straight line.
It's a little easier with this because you can see the lines from the edges of your thing. Just cut along that line.
If you can't do it, that's okay. Ask help from your teacher, parent, or guardian that's around you.
Or if you're struggling, you can always fold it. I'll show it in a second. You can always fold it along where you would need to cut so that you have another piece to reference. So you'll have a little crease that you're cutting on. And you can just cut on your crease. And now we have our bookmark.
And the last and, in my opinion, most important step, so it doesn't get lost, we're going to write our names on the back. We know whose is whose.
So normally you could use a white crayon or pencil, but if you can't, you can just take a regular pencil and write your name. It's kind of hard to see, but it is still there. It's still visible. And especially if you're at home doing this, it's not as big of a deal because you'll know it, but you can see. You can see it right there. And now we have our bookmark.
Now, we're going to ask, before we move on, pause the video and clean up your workspace. That way, you know, nothing gets lost, nothing gets misplaced, and you have a nice, clean workstation.
It is important to recognize that what you've created is a simulation of the process of ribbon work, but not actual ribbon work. That is made by a Myaamia artist. It's made out of fabric or ribbons. We can appreciate the art made by Myaamia artists, which has a special meaning to them and their heritage. If someone outside the culture were to make something and say it is Myaamia ribbon work, that is called cultural appropriation and is disrespectful to Myaamia people. You are able to make the bookmark with the patterns that are like ribbon work because you have learned about the culture, and this is a visual representation that you can share and discuss with others. It is a way to appreciate Myaamia culture.
So, now that we've created our bookmarks, there is one last thing that should have come with your packet, and that's a little postcard for me and Miss Custer. We want to know if you have any questions for us. We want to know what you learned. You can even draw a picture on the back. We just want to hear from you.
Yes, exactly. We don't currently have an example of the postcard to show you, but it will be in your packet. And there should be a little strip with instructions with it in case you get confused on what you're doing with it.
We will get these postcards, and I know I'm looking forward to seeing them.
Me too.
And I know Miss Custer is also very much looking forward to seeing them. Nayway.
Nayway, and thank you.